Hi and welcome back to Janet's Happiness Kitchen. Now we really are getting close to Christmas and I've been bringing you recipes that are healthy, nutritious and taste a little bit naughty too. Now today I've actually made this a few times now and it is something that I keep in my freezer all year round, so don't just think this is just for Christmas. It's got a bit of an elf colour to it, but these are spinach and spelt pancakes from Rachel Kelly's book, The Happy Kitchen. And like I said, I've made these a few times. I regularly keep them in my freezer. They're brilliant for snacks, a great replacement for having bread in your diet. So I absolutely love them and they're so easy to make. So let me talk you through what the ingredients are. I've got 120 grams of wholemeal spelt flour. You can, of course, use a gluten-free alternative too. And in the recipe book, it says 80 grams of spinach, but I have a lot more here because I love spinach. And then you get 2 eggs and 300 mils of milk. Now I'm using coconut milk because I've got a bit of a dairy thing going on, so I have to reduce that as much as possible. And I'm going to add, this isn't in the recipe book, but I did these the other day, and I'm actually going to add a teaspoon of mustard because it just gives it that little bit of extra flavour. You don't really taste the mustard in it because I'm not a big mustard fan, but it does kind of bring out the flavours of everything else, and of course just a tiny bit of salt and pepper to season it. So this is really easy, couldn't be easier, because literally you just put everything into here and blend it. So we're going to start with adding the flour into here. So there's no hand whisking, or you don't spend all afternoon on it. It's great. And so we will then add we'll do the eggs next actually. Eggs in there, 1, 2. Ooh. So we add the eggs and never mind, I got more. And then we add the milk. Now I'm going to just give it a little stir around, just because really, for no reason. And now I'm going to put this onto the blender and I'll clean up in a moment. We do have to make sure we've got the lid on very tightly, otherwise it could be quite messy. Here we go. Right, so now, as you can see, that's all done. We've got a nice batter mix. I'm going to now add the spinach because I want it to be really green and to still be able to see bits of the spinach. So I'll pack that in nicely. And then we'll just leave the blender to do the rest. It's such a great recipe. I will add the salt and pepper and the mustard in a moment. Let's just deal with the spinach first. What a great colour of green. I love green. Let's get rid of that. There. Okay, let's now do a teaspoon of mustard. Remember, just that extra flavour. And if you don't really like mustard, don't be afraid of doing this because, like I say, you don't really taste it. And it's probably more 3/4 of a teaspoon, I'd say. And we just pop that in there. Maybe add a little bit of pepper. Again, not too much. And just a tiny sprinkle of salt. I really don't add very much. Try and keep that out of the diet as well. And back to the blender. Right, the next step is to fry them and make them into pancakes. I quite like the little pancakes because they're really convenient for making snacks. So I've got the perfect little frying pan. Just need to get this oil nice and hot. I've used coconut oil because it's my preference, and I'm using the Fairtrade extra virgin raw because you know, for an extra couple of quid, it makes an absolute massive difference to people's lives, really. And I always used to find the cheapest coconut oil, as long as it was raw and it was organic, that was fine. I had no idea how people were exploited for bringing me my best price coconut oil. So today I just discovered the fair trade and decided that's it from now on. Okay, just needs to be a little bit hotter. That should be fine. And we add in some of the mixture, twirl it round, spread it out nice and thin around the pan. There we go. Ooh, hopefully that's not too much now. But we'll get it right the way around. And then we let that cook. Get it nice and cooked on one side, and then I'll turn it over just like any other pancake. I'll maybe go in for a little bit of flipping. You can tell when it's cooked because the top side becomes dry. I just used this spatula, there's a fish slice, nice plastic one, just to loosen the edges so that I could loosen the pancake. And let's give it a toss. Ooh, that was close. Okay, just needs a little bit more cooking on the other side as well. Now I've put together just some upcycled greaseproof paper on a cooling tray. And as I cook all of these, I'm going to stack them up on the cooling tray so that I can eat them later, because it does make quite a lot at this size. But like I say, they are perfect. Almost perfect. And make a superb snack. Well, as you can see, it makes an awful lot of the pancakes. So just as well, they are delicious. And like I say, superb for going in the freezer and having snacks later. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make one of these with avocado and tomatoes, lime juice, and a little bit of black pepper. So we literally just pop the avocados in here. Only need a couple. In fact, I might mash them down. It'd be nice. See, I've never done it before. Oh, I'll chop that. Make that a little bit looser. In fact, I don't think it needs that much. So a bit of avocado, some tomatoes in there. Squeeze of lime juice. This is really good for your stomach, and lots of energy and nutrition in there. It's packed. You could have it for breakfast. Might do that. And then we're just going to roll that over and hopefully not drop it everywhere. And let's try that. If you like avocado, you're going to love this. It's really delicious. It's light, it's tasty. The zingy from the lime, just beautiful. Go green. Okay, so lots of ideas for snacks. One other thing that I have done with them, I've made some bean chili, and bean chili in them are delicious. Treat them like enchiladas. You could put chicken and salad, and hey, why don't you give it a go and let me know the creations that you come up with. I'm going to go off and eat this now. And I wish you a very Merry Christmas from Janet's Happiness Kitchen. You take care now. Bye.